Hello and welcome to Sorry Christine. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a short pant with elastic waistband, drawstrings and side pockets. So if this is what you're interested in, I would like you to watch this video to the end. You can support this channel by smashing the like button and sharing this video. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel and turn your notification bell on. I will start this tutorial by drafting out the front part of the short pants. So I have this cut out in two places, and initially it was right side facing right side, so I just turned this so it's going to be right side facing wrong side. Actually, this clothes does not have a wrong side. I can make use of either part of the fabric, but if you're making use of Ankara, you want yours to be right side facing right side, or any other fabric that does have a wrong side. So I'm just gonna head to draw out my starting points, which I came down by ½ inch. So all my measurements would be from that starting point. I'll go ahead and mark down 7 inches for the hip line. Then I'm going to mark the hemline. I'll do the same thing at this side of the fabric. I'm going to mark down the hip line and the hemline. Then I'll go ahead and connect this point that I've just marked using a straight line. Once I'm done connecting, I'm going to divide the hip circumference by 4, and I'm going to add ½ inch to that and mark my results down here. I'll mark the same results on this hip line, and I'm just going to connect this downward. Next, I'm going to take down the crotch depth. For the crotch depth, divide your hip circumference by 4 and mark the results here. So I'm using 10 inches for the crotch depth. I'll go ahead and connect this. Afterwards, the results I marked earlier on the waistline and the hip line, I'm going to mark that same result here. That's your hip divided by 4 plus ½ inch. Then I'm just going to extend the line downward. On this crotch depth line, I'm going to mark down the half thigh measurements, and I'm going to add 1.5 inches to it. The half thigh measurement is 11.5 inches plus 1.5, that gives 13 inches. So this is for ease. Then I'm going to use a curve to connect from my hip line down to this thigh line. Next, from the center front, this is where your center front is located. At the waistline there, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. This is because our waist is not straight, it is curvy. And I won't be taking the waist measurements because I'm going to be adding elastic to this pants. So I'm going to leave this the way it is. That means we are using our hip circumference, the quarter of it, as the waist measurement. So from the side, I'm just going to draw a line to meet with this 1 inch that I came down by. From the hemline here, I'm going to mark down the hem allowance. I'm using 1 inch for the hem allowance. So that's what I'm marking here. Once I'm done marking, I'm going to connect these marked areas using a straight line. After marking, I'll go ahead and cut this out. Next is the drafting of the back part. So I'm going to bring in my fabric and fold it into 2. After folding, I'll place one of the front piece onto this back one like this, ensuring I have allowance at this side 2 inches. I have 2 inches at this side too extra. So I'll just go ahead and cut this part open. and I also have allowance at the top. I'm just going to highlight the 2 inches here. At this side, I will take down 2 inches from the top to the bottom. These 2 inches I'm taking at the side is for the seam allowance. We'll be making use of half inch when sewing this shirt, and that is why I have 2 inches there. So 2 inches divided by 4, since we have 4 parts, that's 0.5 inch. At the waistline here, I'm going to draw a slanted line upward. At the front, I came down by 1 inch, but for the back, I'll be going up by 1 inch on the waistline there. I'm going to extend this tie line to meet with the 2 inches here. From these 2 inches here, I'm just going to draw a slanted line to meet with the hem of the front piece. After that, I'm just going to trace out my front pattern onto the back one like this. Then I'll go ahead and cut out this pattern. So guys, if you have not liked this video, kindly hit the like button. This will help this video get to more people and also encourage me to make more videos. And I would also like you to subscribe to my channel and turn your notification bell on. We are still working on this. After the cutting of this shirt, we'll proceed to the cutting of the pockets. You can see what the waistline of the front and the back pattern looks like. You can see the front is slanted down and the back is slanted upward. I'm going to bring in the other parts of this front pattern, and I'm just going to cut out the excess. That's the 1 inch at the waistline. Alright, our pattern is ready. We have the front and the back piece in place, so let's quickly cut out the waistband. The width is 5 inches, unfold is 2.5 inches, and the length will be the waist circumference. Now for the drafting of the pocket, here is a cutout from my pattern. From the top here, I'm just going to come down by 0.5 inch. Then from that 0.5 inch, I'll mark 7 inches. On this part here, I'm going to go out by ½ inch. That's for the seam allowance, and here I'll also mark ½ inch. Then I'm just going to connect these 2 points. So this 7 inches is for the opening where the hand will pass through. Then I'm just going to place my hand on this fabric like so, and I'm going to draw out the pockets. So this is a freehand drafting. It's just something you can do. There is no exact method to making these pockets. It's just a small pocket that you attach to your shirt or dress. Just draw a curve this way, ensuring your hand can fit into it, and that's it. So I'll go ahead and highlight what I have just drawn. After highlighting, I'll go ahead and cut out this pattern. So our pocket is ready, and this is what we have for the drafting and cutting of this shirt. Next is the sewing process. I'm gonna head to place the front part of this shirt pants over the back ones, and I've attached my pocket to one side of this short pants. In the next few seconds, I'll be showing you how to achieve this using the other parts of this short pants. I'm going to bring in the front parts, and from the waistline I will come down by 0.5 inch. After marking that, I'm going to place the pockets on that marked area, and I'll pin it down this way. Then from the pocket, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. Then from that ½ inch, I'm going to measure downward 7 inches. This 7 inches is for the pocket opening. So after marking the 7 inches, I'm going to connect that 7 inches to the ½ inch on the pocket edge. So that's where I'm going to be sewing on. When placing your pocket onto these pants, you should place it right side facing right side. So I'm going to turn this to the right side so you see what it looks like. Next, I'll do the same thing for the back pocket, and I'm going to place the front one over the back pocket like this. This is the wrong side now. I use the same measurements for the back. I'm just going to raise this so you see the back parts. Next, I'm going to sew this edge close, both for the front and the back pants. I'm done sewing this close. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pin these top parts, ensuring that the stitch line of the front and the back aligns. Then I'm going to pin them down. From these parts, I'm going to sew this way 0.5-inch seam allowance, following this direction. I'm going to repeat this. I'll come to the up part here and I'm going to sew down to the pockets. Then I'm going to continue my stitching to the hem. So I've gone ahead to sew this, and this is what we have. This is very simple to do. Just ensure you follow the instructions. You can see the 7 inches opening we measured earlier. That is where your hand would fit into. Afterwards, I'm going to turn this to the wrong side and I will close this edge up. After stitching this edge, I'm going to stitch the other side of this short pants. I'm done sewing this side close, so I'll turn this to the right side so you see what it looks like. Then I'm going to bring in the other part of these short pants. Afterwards, I'll place this together, ensuring the stitching line are in position. Once I observe they are in position, I'm going to pin this down. After pinning, I'm going to sew from these parts upward and do the same for the other side. So I've gone ahead to sew this middle part close from one part of the waistline to the other part, which is from the part of the front waistline to the part of the back waistline. So this is what we have here. I'm going to run a top stitch from the center front through to the center back of the short pants. I'm going to take the waist measurements, that's the circumference, and whatever I have there, I'm going to use that value to cut my band. Here is the band. After measuring out the waist circumference on this band, I added 0.5 inches on both edges of this band. Thereafter, I'm going to sew the edges close. And this is the elastic band that I'm going to be using. I used 25 inches for this elastic band. I'm going to sew this side close. I'll also sew the side close for the band. I've gone ahead to sew the band close and also the elastic band. Next, I'm going to fold this into two. I'll bend this over and I'm going to fix my elastic band into this space. I'm going to fix this 0.5 inch away from the edge, and I'll use the other parts to close it up. After closing up, I'll go ahead and pin. I'll keep pinning this. I'll close the elastic band with my fabric and I will pin. So this is how I'm going to do this all around, and I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew along the pinned area. When sewing, you want to pull your elastic band so that you get enough room when sewing. So I've gone ahead to sew this, and this is what it looks like. So we'll need to distribute this fabric equally on all areas. For us to do that, I'll stretch out my elastic band this way, I'll turn it this way and also stretch it out. So as you can see, the fabric is evenly distributed on the elastic band. So I'll just go ahead and pin my fabric onto the elastic band like so, keeping everything in place. After pinning, I'm going to run 2 stitches on this, one at the base here and one at the top. The reason I pin this is so that when I'm sewing, I will have all the distributed areas in place, and one side would not have more fabric than the other. So when I'm sewing, I'm just going to stretch this out properly before sewing onto the elastic band. So I've gone ahead to run the 2 stitches onto this band. You see it's looking very beautiful. So I'm going to pin this onto my short pants. So I'm going to pin this at the center front, the center back, and both sides of these short pants. I'm going to take this to the machine and sew. Also note that when you want to attach the band to the short pants, you're going to stretch the band so that it fits the circumference of the pants. So this is it. I'm done sewing the waistband onto the short pants. And this is what we have here. Next, I'm going to fold the hem of this short pants. I've gone ahead to fold the hem of the short pants. I'm just going to add my string to this. For me to attach my drawstring to this pants, I'll create two holes here. One hole on one side of the center front on the band area and the other one on the other part of the center front, just a very tiny hole. Once I've created that, I'm going to pass my string through the first hole and bring it out through the second one, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to tie the ends of my string. That time I'll go ahead and make a knot. So this is what we have here, guys. This is looking so beautiful. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be trying this out, and thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share this video. I'll see you in the next one.